Hello everyone, welcome to 2 Minute History, and today we're going to be covering some interesting facts about World War II, so without further ado, let's begin. Most of us are familiar with kamikazes, which were the Japanese jets usually loaded with bombs, and they would purposefully fly into their targets, crashing and exploding. Or however, what you may not have known is how inaccurate these attacks were. About every 1 in 9 kamikazes actually struck their target, so while Japan wasn't so successful at flying their planes into their targets, at least they gave us great things like Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon. Japan and Russia never formally signed a peace treaty at the end of World War II, so technically the two countries are still at war. In June of 1940, France fell under German control and was being occupied by Germany. The French then cut the cables of the Eiffel Tower so that if Hitler or any of his soldiers wanted to hoist a swastika, they'd have to climb up all 1,700 steps or stairs of the Eiffel Tower. In 1944 alone, the United States created more planes than the Japanese had created from 1939 all the way to 1945. Keep in mind the industrial capacity of America was one of the major factors in the Allies winning World War II. Over 5,000 bombs are found in Germany every year. Many of these bombs haven't detonated yet, so they still have to be defused. Blep, blep. So there was a Polish doctor named Dr. Lazowski, pardon my pronunciation, who was able to save around 8,000 Jewish people by faking a typhus epidemic within his town. What he was able to do was produce positive typhus results within people who didn't actually have typhus. This made the Germans highly fearful of encountering these people, and ultimately they just quarantined them and left them alone. So Japan actually launched airstrikes on the US mainland during World War II. Nobuo Fujita was a Japanese pilot in World War II that bombed the forests of Brookings, Oregon with incendiary bombs. He was hoping that these forests would catch fire. However, the forests were too damp from previous rains to actually do any damage, so the attacks were pretty unsuccessful. However, this was the first time that the U.S. was bombed on the home front by a foreign power. 20 years after the war, Nobuo came back to Brookings and he offered a samurai sword that had been in his family for over 20 years as a sign of regret for his actions and as well as peace. So thank you for watching this 2-minute video about interesting facts on World War II. I'd love to do more videos of the sort. If you guys have any ideas as to any topics you'd like me to discover, they can be broad, they can be general, it doesn't matter. I'd love to do some research. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you next time.